Hey guys, welcome back. Thank you so much for being here. Today's video is going to be all about the CoverGirl Vitalist Healthy Elixir Foundation that just came out. This literally just launched in stores, I think like 2 or 3 days ago. So I went to my CVS and I was like, girl, give me that. I'm pretty sure I got the first one off of the shelf and I was so excited to film this for you guys because I've seen this literally all over the beauty community and I was like, I gotta try it. I gotta try it. If you guys know anything about my channel, you know that I'm obsessed with drugstore foundations. I recommend these more than I recommend high-end foundations because there's so many good ones, so I was so excited to try this one out and give you guys my honest review. But before you guys hear my honest opinions, I would absolutely love it if you guys hit that subscribe button. Now we can go ahead and just get started. So first off, the color that I picked up was 720 Creamy Natural. I wasn't sure what color I was. There honestly wasn't a very wide variety of shades. I don't know if that's because they just came out and they didn't put all of them on the shelves, or maybe there really isn't that many. I'm not sure, but this one's pretty dang tan. And this, I'm pretty sure, was like the second to lightest shade. Honestly, might be like the Milani foundation where there's not a lot of shades and you can't be fair to use this. I'm not sure though. I cannot promise and say that there isn't a pale version of this one. But I'm just saying I didn't see anything. So this foundation claims that it is lightweight, full coverage makeup, which is what really drew me in because you guys know that I love my full coverage, but it says it's lightweight, so that was awesome. I tried this foundation out yesterday, so this isn't going to be a first impression, and it definitely won't be a wear test because I'm just going to go ahead and let y'all in on the scoop. But before I did do a demo of how I did my foundation today, so I'm going to go ahead and just jump into that and then I'll come back with my final thoughts. Alright, so I'm just going to first begin by using the Milani Prime Perfection Face Primer. I wanted to use a drugstore primer, obviously, because I'm using a drugstore foundation. I used this yesterday with the foundation and it turned out great, but I'm going to try it on just one side of my face and see just how different that looks than using no primer at all with it, and then just compare it. And now on one side I'm going to use a beauty blender, and then on the other I'm going to use a brush to apply it. And the brush that I'm going to be using is the Morphe M439 brush, which is my absolute favorite foundation brush that I use. It's super inexpensive and it works amazing with any foundation. I can go ahead and say that it does have a pretty strong smell, but it's not anything unbearable. Like, it's not like the smell is pretty gross. Like, I know the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation has a very strong paint smell that a lot of people are bothered by, but this smell definitely isn't terrible. And now on the other side I'm going to use my beauty blender. So on the side that I use my beauty blender, I don't really tell a difference except some of the redness is peeking through right there. I think a second layer could definitely cover it up. This side right here that I used with the brush definitely covered up a whole lot more, but not like a noticeable difference. So I'm going to just put a little bit more on this side just to make it even, and see how it'll layer again with this beauty blender. Putting a little bit more in that area, it definitely is a very buildable foundation, which I like. I feel like sometimes when you try and build foundations, they either look too cakey or it just doesn't work. Like, the more product you put on, the more it takes off, if that makes sense. I'm trying to stick to drugstore products just to make this whole comparison fair, because if you're going to pay for a cheap foundation but you're going to use like $30 concealer, I don't know, I feel like you can't really get the truth out of that. So I'm going to use my Maybelline Master Conceal, which is one of my favorite concealers, and just cover up my under eyes and then my T-zone area where I usually would conceal. And I'm just using my beauty blender to blend that in. Concealer blended super nicely with the foundation, so I'm really excited about that. Just going to set that concealer with my NYX HD finishing powder in the shade Banana. And like I said, I'm sticking to drugstore products, so I'm going to use my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer just to go ahead and set the rest of the foundation. And this one that I just used was the light shade, so now I'm going to be using the exact same bronzer but in the bronzer darker shade, and I'm just going to apply that on my cheekbones. Now for blush, I'm going to use my Milani Baked Blush in the color Luminoso. It's just a really pretty, like, healthy light pink color. To highlight my face, I'm going to use a Physicians Formula Vegas Shimmer Strips Light Bronzer. The shimmer highlighting strip things, and I'm going to use the lighter shades in this little thingamajig. These ones right up here. Yes, honey, look at that shit. I'm obviously done with my foundation and my face, so I'm going to put on my eyes, my brows, my lips, and I'll be back in 3, 2, 1. So now that I finished putting on the rest of my face, I can give you guys my full review and how I feel. Like I said before, I did try this yesterday for the whole wear test thing. I'm not going to insert my wear test here because I don't have a lot of time to wear this today. I really ended up liking how the foundation wore throughout the day. It didn't get cakey or anything. The only thing I didn't like about it was that it was oxidizing like crazy as I was putting it on, so I would get like a shade or 2 shades lighter than what you actually are. Besides that, I really liked how this foundation wore. I didn't really see a difference between the side that I put primer on and the side that I didn't put primer on. My pores are still pretty much there. Everything else wore beautifully on it. It was easy to blend out. It works well with a beauty blender or a brush, so you guys can use either one to apply. Like I said, it's just a little bit less coverage with the beauty blender, but you can definitely build the coverage by putting more on. Thank you guys so much for watching and being here today. If you guys want to see anything else, leave it in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Do not forget to hit that subscribe button. Bye!